Blessings and welcome forward to Reasonings right here to share life. I'm your host, Talaku, the Great Owl, in the presence of my co-host, Brother Ramon Singh.
Perfect love.
Perfect love. Yes, Brother Singh. So we are coming to like some of the last set of videos on our topic, basically taken from the works of the flesh. Was it Galatians 5? I think, right? Yeah. We have been rather exposing a lot of the tenets of the principles that are bad practices, bad attitudes, bad decisions, right? And we're kind of bringing them together into a kind of compendium of videos that give people a chance, just to have some time to go into the information for themselves personally. And so the current one that we're going to be having some reasoning on is envying and our envyings. Sorry. All right, so envying, I guess having an envious nature. So I guess in Jamaica would probably say that it's some deep form of bad mind and grudgeful, right? Some deep grudge, right? So to me, the easy way to look at envying is that people literally, I think a lot of times, looking at others, the circumstances and the conditions in which others are, and they are saying that these people are in a better position, and by them being in a better position, somehow it has put them in a worse position. So it's like a kind of a comparative analyzing of a situation, and I guess one is coming out feeling very much the loser. Usually the one that's doing comparing is coming out the loser, and it's putting themselves in a situation to really dislike the other person. So it's like you find that, in some deep envying situations, you have people who you probably don't even notice, that somebody's preying you that way. Or maybe sometimes people might not even know that they're thinking that deeply about others or what others are doing in a way to kind of affect others negatively. So sometimes it brings competition, like people are always trying to, compete with you, get in your way, or just basically trying to make things difficult, putting themselves in situations where you are to like interfere with you. Or if it's not personal, you've got cultures or people who have a kind of a cultural grudge over other people who might not be as well educated as them as they presume, or be as exposed, but yet these people seem to have some kind of a light. So I think it's just based in comparison. Do you agree, Brother Singh?
Yes, brother, great all. Yeah, the envying, it's strong in the Jamaican culture. People desire other people qualities. People desire other people possessions. And them even would desire people luck, So that man are lucky, Other man are just lucky and blessed, Whole heap of questioning why for them life no stay like a next man life who seem like it better. Because for every level there's a man who live better life than a next man, You see me?
True.
A man have to just comfortable and just know say Father bless him to reach upon a certain level. Because him a dream for certain things, And who much is given, much is required.
True that. True that.
Because sometimes when we see some young little scammer youth, it has some pretty car. Like I said, John, them car, they're nice, Them scammer youth, they enjoy them car. I said, John, like I said, what it would be like, to have a car like that.
Yes, rolling that high. Yeah.
The car the most comfortable and nice, AC.
Good ride.
And the scammer youth, them just press it out and You know? All type of antics. 10 scammer youth in a 10 Mark X.
True.
You know? And you have to just say, man, Father bless them, yeah, man. Make them try find the light. You know? Instead of envy them. And I say, why them look a scammer youth, you drive them pretty thing. You know? You have to just bless them. And I say, Father, guide them to you. You know? Take them from them dirty ways. Save them life.
Absolutely.
Because the scammer life, they short, you know. Because the devil give so. Take back quick, you know.
To be always easy come, easy go now.
Yes, I.
It's a serious thing where when we look at, again, how we can be caught up in comparing ourselves to others, is because I guess when a person really does achieve something of a high regard, there's always a lot of accolades and, you know, kind of rewards in terms of respect that is meted out to that person by people they don't even know. Sometimes when a person feels that they're always on the receiving end of negative opinions, and you see someone that you know, or you appear up, getting all that respect and good attention, they don't sit well within the soul. So I think there's a lot of jealousy, you know, which is a part of the rooting of envy that starts up within people, because I guess intrinsically we just also want to be special. I think we forget that we can share in the special experience of others. I think you have false friends that are born out of this need to share in the special experience of others, but genuine friends share the experience because you also share the pain. So I'm just saying a way to remove envying, if you really want to genuinely devote yourself to something, then maybe you should give yourself selflessly to the thing and not expect that there should be a reward. It seems like most times a person that comes out on top seems to be a person who they really have a knack for doing things in a certain manner that receives respect and love, you know, admiration without them necessarily trying to do it. It means that it's just a quality they have. And most times, if you want to benefit from such a quality, you would have to have some patience to at least be able to learn from that person those principles, right? Because it usually is principles. So they just try envying, spend some time around some people that you're feeling uncomfortable around. The fact is you do work in the same environment, or you're in the same environment, and you might be stopping yourself from an opportunity because, you know, you're feeling a little bit jealous of that person. And so you're making things become paranoid because you're overthinking it. You're saying that, oh, look at how he's doing this or she's doing this, or they're just warming up to that person. And many times they're not just warming up to the person because there's anything like about the person and about you that they're comparing and saying, well, because you're not this and he's this, well, I'm just going to go with him. No, it's not that. It's usually based upon the competence. And also, humans move in a sense of where they're welcomed. You know, and the welcoming spirit sometimes is around certain familiarity, like I'm showing you how to destroy the envying spirit. The bonding in humans are around events and experiences. Let's just say you're in a crowd and all these people seem to be cheering for only 3 people all the time, and you're all in the same grouping. Well, maybe you should find out, without being too grudgeful or judgmental, I just say to one of them, why are you guys always cheering for Ramon and Great Out? And then maybe you hear that, oh, you know, I was going through a really bad time and I saw those brethren and they weren't on no Seala media or anything. And I just had to spend some time and sit down with them on Tree of Life. And I was reasoning with Sage and Coppa and Brethren, and I used to go there all the time, right? So anything them man they say, I'm not particular because I'm a Christian, but whatever them man they say, I'm with them, right? So that's why me and my friends, yeah, me and my friends, I'm rate them, yeah, just like that. So do you understand? It wasn't because anyone was comparing you, your worth, to somebody else's worth, to our worth. So there's no need to all of a sudden saying, oh, why them two Rasta get so much attention? If we were even getting any attention, it just might actually be the familiarity bond. That's what I just explained. You see that? You thought it was popularity. And many people thought that's still popularity after I explained it. It's just a familiarity bond. Something that bonds us. So many times now you say, this artist is loved by all these people. These people love this artist because this artist represents something familiar. Yeah, literally. They know him. They remember their brother, their cousin. It's just like that. When she's rising up, they remember their sister, how their mother was struggling. Yeah, how somebody that they love was struggling the same way. And when you see that quality represented in a person, you're more drawn to that person. Hallelujah. And so by nature, you feel connected to those people, even sometimes when they are like strangers to you. And so I'm saying if you cultivate more of an attitude to understand people and to have genuine communication, so you can have genuine connections with people, it will reduce the envy. Because all is happening is that you're feeling hurt by someone else's good fortune, or someone else's deportment, or someone else's attitude, right? Which is just like really, I'm not going to call it some deep evil, but it's kind of like you can get past it. That's all I'm saying. It's not eternal. It's not permanent. It doesn't have to be permanent and fixed. You don't have to be bad mind. So don't let nobody say that, oh, we're just bad mind because we grew up that way. You don't have to be. Yeah? You don't have to say, he bought this new shoes. How come we can't buy a new shoes? She has a new man. So you is thinking, where's your new man? It's like, why? Why does the movement in her reality, his reality, just affect your reality so? Brother Singh.
Yes, brother, great a real talk. Because even neighbors, me see this with neighbors, you know. Today, one neighbor mow the lawn. Tomorrow, the other neighbor mow film lawn. Today, the neighbor paint him house. Tomorrow, the other neighbor paint for them house too. You know? The neighbor decides, say, all right, I'm going to change my vehicle, you know. That one I get a little too old. Let me just get a little update. Two the other neighbor say, well, you know, so my vehicle old too. Make I get a little update too. You know, you ever see like somebody put up a shop?
That's the most famous one.
And I say,
yeah.
all right, make I sell some little snacks and bag juice and for the kids that pass by. The other neighbor say, well, make I put up a little shop. Come see say Mary cross the road. She make thousands of dollars off of these children. Make I put up a little shop too and make a little money. And I same thing she sell to you. You know? Sometimes I wonder, I say, why them not sell something different?
Yes.
Why one not sell fruit and next one sell like snacks in a bag? You know? Switch it up. Why everybody have to do the same thing? You know, you can see even at the market. You go market, everybody, every stall have the same stuff. Them afraid to switch it up.
It's serious thing, because most of the power there sometimes when you go market, and it's true, I mean. I'm not really a market person. I do super, but for real. No, I'm just saying that in terms of when I look on it, like, I heard it a while back in Jamaica that we have a tendency to have like trends, and trends are so intense in Jamaica that literally the particular shop you're talking about, or stall we call it, or it might be called stand in America, or a kiosk or whatever, but the particular stall that you're talking about, usually when the first stall comes on a block, on the gully bank, at the bus stop, usually at that spot, at that place, there's never been one. Usually that person builds out a wooded area, I'm using a foreign term, we call it a bush up place in Jamaica. I mean, it's Jamaican, I ain't going to change. Yeah, so they clear a wooded area along the highway, along the roadway. Yeah, man, and chop out and bush up place past the roadside, by the roadside. And me I tell you, it's like they put up a stall, yeah, they put up a stand. And the fact is, the reason why the other persons put up a stand across the road too is not just because they're thinking competition is healthy. It's usually because that we are so drawn to the things others do because we do not want to be outdone. Our identity is based upon you are not more than me. And it's not a self-accepted statement. It has to be proven, if you understand. Stay with us because we're explaining our psychology. So to see you now put that stand up, we didn't want to put a stand up. We would have not thought about putting a stand up because that's not our interest. But let me be clear in saying this. Brother Singh said one side, let me say the other side. Don't think for 1 second if I decided I was going to put hubcaps for sale on the side of my wall, right? And I was the first one to decide to do that. Place hubcaps along the side of my walls for sale. Don't think my neighbor, the one that decided he's going to put up a stall, isn't going to put up hubcaps for sale on the side of his wall too. He's going to do that. So it's not about doing it because it was just a great idea and it's competition. If it is a fruit stand that is the first step, then everybody going to have fruit stands. Mm-hmm. If it is the hubcaps on the wall, everybody going to have hubcaps on the wall. It's like your hubcaps ain't going to be selling and nobody going to tell where you got those hubcaps. Upper Ramon. Upper Ramon? Oh, you get hubcaps for Ramon. Ramon sell hubcaps now. Yeah, man, so I sell hubcap last week. What? Oh, I'm getting hubcap then.
And them better than yours.
Why am I get every leak then? Why am I get every leak then? The man shall come and come buy my own. Oh, you get a leak there by you. What that? And you see now, you say to yourself, well, I live in America. I live in the first world as healthy competition. So I'm not talking about competition like it's a business. I'm talking about if 20 of you decide to do it, don't you think you're making the market smaller since you're going to talk about business? Let's talk about mathematics. If 20 of you start selling the same thing, how big do you think the market is? And even if you're expanding the market, how big you think the market is going to be if you if you're going to expand not just your product, but also the people who are offering the product? Because the more they realize that there's a demand for hubcaps, what do you think is going to happen? More people, hallelujah, are going to be selling hubcaps. That's what Jamaica is. So the envying spirit begins to multiply more and more and more and more. So guess what happens now? You see people sit down at them wall, at them fence, at them stall, and watch the people which we call the buyers, right? And we bex about it. Bex is a, B and V is Spanish, it's vex, bex, yeah, it's strange in Patois. Yeah, we say bex is vex. B and V as the same verb. Anyway, we are vex about it, saying, but I bet you the last man come by over here, so. I'm buy over a man. Yo, some man no loyal, no virgin. Some man does a flip-flop. Yo, my youth. I mean, I have the best price in my youth. But he's not talking about the fact that his stuff is older or whatever, right? And so, in Jamaica, we say, we are going to the science now. And one say, hey, think you're more than me. And either he spreads rumor, or we are talking about spreads powder. Man say, I work some obia and some science, because guess what? You're all selling the same thing. You're all in the same business. So how you think you are going to get to stand out over the person? So that's why the envy is dangerous. So they're like, how would I get rid of you? How would I get rid of you? They call each person third in their size. So they say, every time I see a customer look at my shop, they turn their face around and go into his shop. You understand me? And they're tired of it. So they either make people come make nice in front of that person's shop, graffiti up their shop, do all sorts of stuff, right? So that they can get the customers. So it was a joy for them, to come out on top. And it's the dangerous side of the whole equation of envying, because that jealousy, that bad mind, become violent. And violent don't just mean because they're going to physically attack you. Let me show them power that they send those demons, we call duppy and fallen angels in Jamaica for you. Mash up your life, ruin the life of your children. So it's never a good thing to sit down comparing yourself to others. And especially if it's a culture where you're going to be like doing that all the time, You don't feel good unless you're dressed in the exact same color sequence. And the only difference is you had a little uniqueness in the color or in the sleeves, right? But you basically all look the same. How we know, go out on any holiday season in Jamaica and see what we call trending. You don't have to go on the internet. if they say red is the color for the season, you know this brother singing them say red is the color for the season. Everywhere you go, red there everywhere. Royo is everywhere. Yeah, red is everywhere. If it's yellow, amarillo, everywhere. Amarillo everywhere. Brother sing.
Yes, brother, great all. Man, we know this man. Him go foreign. So him go work, save up him money, and come back to Jamaica and retire. So him go there and learn plumber trade. And work whole 40 years, you know. In New York. Plumbing. You know, clean up people toilet, fix up toilet and pipe work, plumbing. Mash up him knees, because him dip on his knees so much. Him have knee problem now.
Wow.
Make a contractor build a house in our nice community in Jamaica. Build him house. Him bring down some nice furniture from foreign. Put it in him house. That's a 3-bedroom house, you know. Nothing too big. And I like say it's a 3-story house. The man come build, you know. That's a 3-bedroom house. Somewhere where he can come and retire. Him and him wife, you know. And if him grandchildren and children want to link him, place the deck, them can come visit on Christmas, you know. You know, say the whole of the man family envy him.
Wow.
All them brother them just envy him.
Wow.
I say, oh, this man have pretty house and nice furniture, pretty car. After the man slave, you know, 40 years, mash up him knee them.
Wow.
Suffer over foreign. Do some hard work.
Can imagine.
The man even collect plastic bottle and sell it.
Yes,
And them little thing the man do.
wow.
I save up enough for your house, you know. And with them people that seem like a madman.
Yeah.
I collect plastic bottle and I sell it. Just to come build him little house and retire, you see me? Kind of last part of years, he must say, boy, serious up and save up, you know.
That makes sense too, right?
Yeah. And the man come to Jamaica. The whole of him family does a bad mind, him and hate him and like the man say this man I feel like him a king. Or this one, because him not even a big brother, you know. But him there in a middle part there, so.
Okay.
So him there now, have a nice house. Everybody has said this man feel like him a king. Like him like king of a family now and everybody have to depend upon him and, you know?
These are positions of power to our average minded or a small minded lot of people. It's unfortunate, you know, because we use our culture because that's where reality is in existence. We can observe through research for others and see similar behaviors, but then people only tend to communicate and connect deeper to that which is familiar. Truth is, in our society, this comparison that we have, just a genuine tendency, is a problem, because most times what it makes us do is compete. A lot of other nations and ethnicities have competition, but there is a baseline to where competition has to remain healthy and not potentially destructive for the whole society. Because if you have a compunction to literally just be envious, competitive, jealous, as we say, bad mind, for no other reason but just the fact that you don't feel comfortable if somebody else is seemingly more than you, as Desiderata would say, right? It's just weird because I remember there's times where, like, you know, my teeth is out of my head right now, right? And I had a friend saying to me, like, well, Jerome, you're like a real sage. You're like, wow, this hasn't really shaken you. And I told her the truth, like, no, it's not like it didn't really shake me. Obviously, it shook me. At first, I was like, oh my God, I lost my teeth. And I was like, wow, you know, I'm on the media and everything. And the Spirit says to me, well, you know, to be honest, right? It is a new phase, but at the same time, attachments is really one of the problems in human life. And you teach about attachments a lot. But here is a case that you're attached to something that is no longer there. Are you going to be attached to a cosmetic treatment for a sense of a return of your sense of worth and well-being? Do you need now to put in an implant? Do you need to put in a whatever? What do you need now to feel like you, Jerome? Right? So we lean too much on these little accolades that we have and the feelings we gain from the approval of people to make us feel like we're okay. And so now, like when I'm like this now, I'm thinking, whoa, you know, I can't do that if I'm broken inside. But if I have right self-esteem and sense of well-being, then I have to go forward and represent. When people are assertive and sure of themselves, right, they are less likely to be drawn into comparing themselves to others. So that didn't last long in me. Because what am I going to, compare myself to feel dissatisfied with me? Will it make my teeth go back in? You know what I'm saying? Will it reverse time then? Let's call it as it is. Let's move from me. Will it reverse time that, you know, something that you come to be aware of now? You've come to be aware of. Will it reverse time that you've come to be aware of? No, it won't reverse time. You've got to move forward in life. So many of the things that you were thinking about and made you thought about why that person seems to be more than you, it's time to outgrow it and let it go. Because that's what's not serving you. That's where the envy is coming from. Why do you feel that way? Question that feeling and not why that person is doing that, why they are going there, why this is not happening for me. That's what you should be questioning. Why am I feeling this way? Why did I want to feel bad? What do I fear? What do I think I've lost by not being like the image that is expected of me? Is the image really me? So is that which you're so worried about, is it really you? That which you're so complaining about and so concerned about, is it really you? Does it benefit your faith? Does it benefit your way of life? Does it benefit God in your life? How does it benefit you that you are saying, I should be there with them. I should be on that team. It should have been me going on the tour. How does that benefit you that you've come to be aware that, wow, that should have been me? Or why wasn't that me? How has that benefited you? You're going to go and make a scenario, right? Either make yourself a victim or vilify the other person, right? Or become the villain yourself and start to concoct delusions and start plot and scheme like I was saying in Jamaica, right? This is what we talk about. This is what faith is about. Challenging the functions of your behavior, knowing that there is a God that will afford you the strength of spirit to do it, because you got to do it for yourself. Yeah, knowing that God has no comparison. In a Rasta, we would say Rasta don't know why offense, meaning that we're not separating people based upon people. What opportunities you want for yourself, you want for another. So if you have right principles, the fruits of the Spirit, Brother Singh, that means that you're able to counteract the negativity within your own behaviors and be able to kill that envious, jealous, bad mind spirit. But have you there compare yourself, Brother Singh?
Yes, brother, great. So that's the solution now is to just give thanks for what you have. Give thanks for your personality, your looks. You know, not pre other people looks and say, I want to look like them. You know? Because you ever see some girl, like 2 girls at the workplace. One girl have on a nice hairstyle now, everybody love it. And she had the center attention. The next week, you see all 2 other girls in the same hairstyle, but one probably all pink, the other one red.
Taking it up a notch.
Yeah, man. You know? So, the solution, just give thanks to what other people have. Admire what them have. You know, motivate them. You know, to tell them to continue, you know, whatever. No, I pray them and I desire them things. You know? Desire them looks. Desire them possessions. Desire them blessings or them luck. We have to just give thanks for what the Father bless you with in our life. And know say everything him give away for our own good.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
And it would he want in the first place, because ask and it shall be given, you know. To other people that ask for other things. The most I see them worthy feet. Bless them with it. But certain things not even there on my mind for you ask for. Me I pray different things. You know? So the Father bless me with other things, forget what I need for go.
Exactly.
Me no need to see a next man with a big pretty Benz. You know? And I say, boy, what kind of part him depend? Because I go find a part then. No. Me depend my own part with my little Corolla, you know? Me, I trod my part. I go my journey. Give thanks when you see them. I say, oh, peace be unto you. You know? Blessings. Just bless them up. And moving on.
Moving on.
With the neighbors have them things. Give thanks with what them have. You know, if them inspire for paint and say, well, my house need for paint too. Make them inspire you, but don't envy them. And I try be a notch over them. And I say, you paint your house in white, I'm doing mine in shocking green, you know? A notch, I try to do a notch over them. I envy them. The man paint up his house, a years him not paint it. You paint your house every Christmas. You know? You always do white. You might do white to try blend in with everybody. All of a sudden you vex. Why him thing looks so pretty? You know?
Him white is the crack white shell, what they call it, you know, with the flecks of the gold in it and such. There's a sparkling white, you know.
True.
Yeah, oyster white. I mean, in this Desiderata, which, you know, some people say is written by this Franciscan called St. Augustine, or, you know, the issue about comparisons, that it always comes to be that it's vain. Because, like I said, I mean, I'm not talking like no smarts. I'm saying, really, what does it benefit you? It's like literally, if you don't have appreciation for what other people are, as you say, and what they do, and in turn you won't appreciate yourself. So that means that if you don't have that, what's going to come out of you is bile. Every time somebody else does something that remotely looks like, seems like, feels like it might be something good, you're going to be upset. Your disposition, your temperament is going to make you unhealthy. So I didn't want to say this, but a lot of people envy a lot. If you notice their mannerisms, their behavior, even their appearance after a while, they look a little grotesque. I say I'm going to do a treatise on grotesque because it is a psychomatic effect, that grotesque is something we make ourselves by the way we think and the way we act, right? So one of the morbidity, you know, archetypes, yeah, is grotesque behavior. And that comes through how we become paranoid and obsessed with things outside of ourselves. And why am I saying it that way? Because psychologically, you can't really do anything about things outside of yourself. You can only really do things about things inside of yourself. You cannot change other people's thoughts or the effects thereof. You can change your perception of other people's thoughts. And so usually, when it comes to an envying situation, the only solution is for the individual to detach themselves from the feeling and the emotion that's coming on them because of what's happening around them. Why are you triggered? If you go to therapy, if you go to your pastor, you go to somebody you trust and they pray for you, just realize that something is on you. Religious language is not always understood. Psychological language is not always understood. So people can be telling you, but you're still not going to be getting it if it doesn't come across in a manner that is suitable to your understanding. But what's happening is that you got a problem. You got a problem that you are associating things that should be outside of you with you as having an actual effect upon you. And that cannot be naturally so. It has to be intentionally so, meaning you got some issues with life. And there's no sin just to have an issue because you are alive. However, to stay in that condition is what the problem is. So I would suggest, challenge yourself every time you started feeling away, because I've felt that way too several times. And I spoke about one in our video before where I was saying to the Lord, why are some people doing certain things and they're successful? And the Lord says to me, well, you know, do you really want to do that? Do you think, you know, that there's something special more about them? Then I have to answer, well, I don't know if I really, no, I don't think I really want to do what they're doing. I was just kind of seeing what was happening. It was kind of catching my eyes, but I don't think I really want to do it, right? And then the next question is, do you think there's something special about them? You know, honestly, when I look at reality and I hear anyone's story, I realize it could be everybody's story. I said, it's like me, it's like you, but it's not me, it's not you, it's them. So accept that. It ain't you. Why would you go climb a mountain, hang yourself off a cliff to get a silver plaque or a cup? And then somebody gonna see you and say, that should have been me. Really? I mean, really? That's crazy. You don't know what it's like. You don't know, but when you find out what it's like, it's just like your passion to go and help the homeless. It's the same thing. It's like the same drive that's in you. So don't think about that. Well, everybody's snapping a picture when he comes by. Nobody's lining up to take a picture with me with all the good I've done. It's not like that. It's the same thing. When you love it for that person, as Brother Singh is saying, you will love it for yourself too. And somebody else will appreciate love it and see that, hey, you know, say, this Rastaman I've been helping them youth every year for the past 10 years, 15 years, and nobody wasn't helping. This old lady up on the hill, she's been cooking for this family of 7 that, you know, their father lost their job. And you understand me? Yeah, but some things is not about comparison, brother. Some things is just compassion. Brother Singh, before we close this one.
Yes, brother, great all. Man, cause the same thing reached my uncle with the envying spirit. And I just peace. When people are come with bad mind and envy, just project peace to them, man, and love, forgiveness, you know, righteousness. Because righteousness will make the devil flee. The devil flee from the righteous. You see me? So when the devil are come with foolishness, just send back righteousness. And when the envying spirit come up in a way, just quickly recognize it and just send it away. Don't envy others on them things. God have things in store for you. All you have to do is ask him, and don't ask him based upon what you see others have.
Exactly.
You know? Just ask him for what you need, and he will bless you with that, man.
Yeah. Ask for what you need, what you love, and what you appreciate. So until next time, this has been Talaku the Great Owl, in the presence of my indomitable co-host, Brother Ramon Singh. Reasonings right here at Your Life. You're right here on Seala Media. Like, share, subscribe, yeah. The Seala Media Your Life experience to keep our algorithm going. Support the Patreon the Patreon business for help towards the sustaining of our ministry business, yeah. And also the Wizio, which was trying to jump in a little bit there. Mini healing therapy session with yours truly. And also I also have to keep my functionalities going. Give thanks for all who are praying for us. Those who buy one of the blazers, right? And just give the Trail Life experience more than just a watch on YouTube, right? You recommend it to your friend, right? And yeah, that's what bad about it. So continue to love Like, share, and subscribe, as I said before. Remember, you're a gift to yourself, to your community, to your environment, to those who encounter you, and to yourself. So continue to be that gift.
Perfect love. Perfect love.